Hello guys, let us continue the talk on concentration of solution. Up till now we have done lot many calculations based on normality, molarity, mole fraction, percentage composition. We have also seen stoichiometric relations. So I guess with that we are quite comfortable with this. But today I am going to continue with the determination of empirical and molecular formula. So hi, I'm Neha Patni and let us go ahead with the definition. What do we understand by the empirical formula? This is basically the simplest whole number ratio of atoms present in the compound. So if the molecular formula is this, wherein they are showing that how many atoms are involved to form the molecule, empirical formula will only give you the whole number ratio of atoms. Like if carbon is there, if hydrogen is there, they'll be giving you the number. So mass percentage of any element is same whether it is calculated through molecular formula or empirical formula. That's important, and since you have to maintain the mass percentage of element as same, that is why it would be the simplest whole number ratio. So the ratio would be same, it would not be in the points and all, and that is why the mass percentage come will be same. Because we have already done the mass percentage calculation. So I hope you are able to understand what I'm trying to say here. Empirical formula can be determined through mass percentage that ways. So basically they are related with an integer. So if you multiply certain integer with empirical formula, you will be able to get the entire molecular formula. N would be an integer for sure. So empirical formula is basically the simplest whole number ratio of various type of atoms which are present in the compound, and it can be obtained from mass percentage of elements. Fine. Whereas molecular formula is for molecular substance, is the formula of the constituent molecules. It will be always an integer multiple of empirical formula, and for ionic substance empirical formula and molecular formula would be same because the ions will be there, so there will be no different composition, they'll be attaching in the same type of composition, so N would be equal to 1. Coming to how do you determine? So let's cross check with a question. Now if in such question you have to determine the empirical and molecular formula of a compound that gives the following percentage upon analysis in mass percentage. So it is having Cl, it is having C, it is having H. The molar mass is also given to you. Now how are you going to find out the empirical formula? Do you remember? We said that the empirical formula can be calculated using mass percentage. And do you remember in the last video we calculated mass percentage? So how are you going to do that? First, convert and find out in grams. So converting the mass percentage to mass in gram, we know that the total would be 100. So that means 71.65 gram of chlorine is there, 24.27 carbon and these. Now use these masses to compute the moles. So if you divide it by the molecular weight, gram per mole, you'll be able to get the moles. Done. So now I have got the moles and I have to find out the simplest whole number ratios between them. So if you see this, this and this, they are interrelated. If I divide each mole by this, I'll be getting the empirical formula. This is 1, this is 1 and this is 2. So I can say ClCH2. So this is the empirical formula. Now to calculate the molecular formula, as said, there would be an integer, and that integer would be nothing but the ratio of molar mass and empirical mass. They have already given the molar mass in the question, which is 98.96. So use that 98.96 divide by 49.48, which you have got using that and added using that, and then you'll be getting 2, and that is the integer. So you multiply the integer with the empirical formula and convert it into the final molecular formula. Easy. So convert the mass percentage into gram and then find out how many moles are there, and then find out the molar ratios. That will give you the first empirical formula. Find out N and multiply it with empirical formula. Let's go ahead with a similar type of question. Here this says that the white powder is analyzed, found to contain that much phosphorus and oxygen. The compound molar mass is given. What is the empirical and molecular formula? Now you may take a pause here. I am going to reveal the answer, but I think you should give a pause to the video here and try to solve the question on your own, and then cross check whether you are able to achieve the similar answer as mine. Fine. So please do practice on your own. Let's go ahead with the answer. So first what I'll be doing is we'll be getting it in the moles, and for that what are you doing? So you'll be using these grams because total is 100 always. Now if I say that this much gram is present, I'll divide it with the molecular weight of phosphorus, I'll get the moles. Similarly here I'll get the moles. Now 1.4 is the smaller one, so I'll divide both by 1.4. So if I divide, I'll be getting 1 and 2.5. Now, as of now, if I've got 2.5, let's go ahead with the flow and let's say the formula is PO 2.5. But don't you remember that it was written that it would be always a whole number. So for that, you have to multiply both by 2 so that you get a whole number, and P2O5 would be the answer then. Now let's cross check with the integer. So for that, you have to divide molar mass by empirical mass. You'll get an integer which is 2 here. So you multiply the empirical formula by 2, we'll be getting the molecular formula like that. Fine. So nothing extra we did here. It was simply the flow. We got to convert it into moles, and then using the least value, just divide them all, get a ratio, find out the empirical formula, find out the integer, and then multiply it with empirical formula. Let's go ahead. One more question. Now the caffeine formula is given to you. You might be knowing the molecular formula in prior, but then that would be an added advantage. But here you are supposed to solve the question. So just solve the question using the values given here. We already have percentages of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen by mass. So convert it into grams and then convert it into molar mass, moles, and then we'll get the ratio, right? So let's go ahead. Now this is a different approach. What we did was, here we multiplied it with the weight. We got the answer in gram per mole, and then we multiplied gram per mole and divide by the individual weight of carbon, and then I got the mole 8, 9, 4 and 2. So it's a different approach, but we are going to get the same thing. Since they already have told you the molar mass of 194, then this is the second approach of solving the question, that mass of each element in 194.2 would be how much? So if I multiply this by, this is the percentage, right? So this is already a percentage. So if I take the percentage, that what would be the 49.48 percentage of 194.2 gram? It would be this. Now I've got the gram, and if I divide it by the total gram per mole, I'll be getting the moles. So both ways you can do that, right? So this is another approach. If you're comfortable with this, go ahead with this. Else you follow the pattern which you already are doing in the previous two questions. So based on that, it would be 8. Just round it off, right? 10 and 4 and 2, and the formula becomes this. And let me show you the answer like the way we were solving. So we were solving it prior, like using this divide by 12, and we have got the moles, and then based on that we decided the empirical formula, and then since we divided it by the least one, so we got this 4521, and then molar mass was given in the question. Empirical mass you can calculate using this, divided that, you get the integer, and the integer if you multiply to this, you will get the molecular formula. So I have given you both of the approaches to find out the empirical formula and molecular formula. I think you will be able to solve it. I won't be starting the limiting reagent concept, but yeah, if you want to know more of it, you can continue watching the next video, which is based on concept of limiting reagent. As of now, in this video, I targeted the calculations of empirical and molecular formula only. I hope you are able to solve that. If not, please do mention in the comment. If yes, then also mention in the comment. That will give me motivation, and please hit like. Thank you for being here.